Before Miletus was reduced to ash, before its harbors fell silent, before its name became a lament whispered across Greece, there was a place where gods still spoke, and a bloodline chosen to listen. Didyma, where the earth spoke for Apollo. South of Miletus, beyond the city walls and the noise of the markets, there was a sacred road. Processions walked it barefoot. Kings walked it unarmed. Victors walked it in fear. Because this road did not lead to a palace, it led to Didyma. Didyma was older than temples, older than marble, older than empire. At its heart was a spring so ancient that the Milesians believed it flowed from beneath the bones of the earth itself. Above it stood a sacred stone, and through that stone Apollo spoke, but the god did not speak to crowds. He chose one family, a lineage set apart from birth, marked not by crowns, but by silence. They were called the Branchidae, the first calling. Milesian legend says the first of the Branchidae was a shepherd. Apollo came to him not in thunder, but in a dream. No command, no threat, only a voice that said, "Listen." When the man woke, he could hear what others could not: the earth, the wind, the future. From him came sons, from sons, sons again, and the gift never faded. The Branchidae did not rule Miletus, they ruled destiny, the law of the god. From childhood, Branchidae were taught one rule: you do not belong to yourself, you belong to Apollo. They owned no land, they commanded no armies, but no ship sailed, no war began, no colony was founded without their words. Their authority did not come from fear, it came from certainty. The faith of Miletus. For generations, Miletus believed itself protected, not by walls, not by fleets, but by truth. As long as Apollo spoke at Didymum, the city believed it could not fall. This belief would destroy it. The Eastern Shadow. The Persian Empire grew slowly, then all at once. Cities fell not by fire, but by inevitability. Ionia bent, Miletus resisted, and as always, before acting, they went to Didyma. The question of doom. The Milesians asked, "What fate awaits us?" The Branchidae listened, and for the first time in memory, they hesitated, because the god did not whisper, he commanded. Ancient tradition says the prophecy spoke of, the city burning, the people chained, the oracle silenced. No victory, no rescue, only an ending. The moment of fracture, here the epic turns dark. The Branchidae stood between. Obedience to Apollo, loyalty to Miletus, and fear for their own bloodline. To speak was to condemn the city. To hide was to betray the god. And so they chose a third path. They chose themselves. The betrayal of the sacred word. When Persian forces approached, the Branchidae acted. They revealed what should never be revealed. Sacred rites, hidden prophecies, the weaknesses of the city. Apollo's secrets were traded for safety, and when Miletus burned, the Branchidae were spared. Exile without chains, the Persians did not enslave them, they removed them, carried east, far beyond the sea, to a place where Apollo's voice could not reach. There, the Branchidae built a new city, Greek in tongue, Persian in loyalty. They believed themselves free. The silence at Didyma. Back in Ionia, Didyma was destroyed, the spring filled with ash, the stone shattered, and Apollo fell silent. For the Milesians, this silence was unbearable, because it meant the god had judged them unworthy. The long wait years passed, decades. The Branchidae lived, they aged, they prospered. Children were born who had never seen the Aegean, and slowly they forgot fear. But gods do not measure time as men do. Alexander's arrival. When Alexander marched east, he carried more than an army. He carried memory. Milesians marched with him, and they told him the old story of the oracle, of the betrayal, of Apollo's silence. the recognition. When Alexander found the city of the Branchidae, they welcomed him. They believed him another ruler to appease. They were wrong. The Milesians recognized the bloodline immediately. Names remembered, faces unchanged, the final judgment. Alexander gave the order. No trial, no debate. The city was destroyed, the people killed. Ancient writers say the soldiers felt fear, not anger, because this was not war. This was execution, the meaning of the end. To the Milesians, this was Apollo's justice, delayed, unavoidable. The god had waited until the world itself delivered the punishment. The last warning. After this, the Milesians taught their children to hear a god is a burden, not a blessing. The Branchidae were chosen, and that choice destroyed them. This is not a story of heroes. This is a true folk epic of trust broken, of sacred duty abandoned, and of a god who never forgets.